Thank you so much for having me here. Sorry that Srinath could not join because of some emergency which he had last week. Uh, I'm just honored to be talking in front of all this distinguished guests. So the topic which I have been given is education powering India's aerospace ambition, prospect and challenges. So education, I'll just give an overview of what we do in Agnikul first. So in Agnikul, we are trying to build a launch vehicle which can go to low Earth orbit and which can carry a payload from 30 to 300 kgs. Uh, so we recently had our launch on May 30th. That was a suborbital vehicle or a technology demonstrator. Here we try to demonstrate all the new technologies which we are building in India to cater our rocket. So here it was a first time 3D printed engine, which is completely 3D printed engine, I would say. There are other people who are making 3D printing, but in complete thrust chamber from the start to end, we were the first one to do it. It was also a semi cryogenic engine. We also try to demonstrate our flight, which is a controlled flight. It was not a just sounding rocket. We also try to demonstrate all the software and the avionics systems which we have. So this was the tech demonstrator which happened on May 30th. Uh, yeah, so this is what we are trying to build. We are around 300 people. We have been supported by ISRO advisors as well as DRDO advisors. So in the aerospace industry, I'll just try to share all the learnings which I have been having. So to start with my background, I have done my BTech in civil engineering. Then I did my masters in ocean engineering. Then I came to aerospace industry. So one thing which I would like to say here from this is, in aerospace we have uh, space for every streams of engineering. So, and all we need, two things I would like to concentrate and talk about is the fundamentals from the educations which we get. Right now, in any educational system, in any institute, the thing which is very important to have the basics or the fundamentals to be correct. The system, even today I see many villagers struggling to get the correct information or having the access for education. When I was born and brought up, when I studied, I till my BTech in Andamans, there were uh, very less access to any internet. So the information which we got itself was less. The opportunity which is available outside was less. So that way, I would suggest if we can do something to create the awareness, to see what all the opportunities are available, how people can uh, reach out to more and more such industries, that would help. Secondly, what I would like to talk about is the gap which we have in the education and the industry itself. So, or the aerospace industry, I would say. Whenever we study, it's all more in the theoretical side. When it comes to practicality or the experience which we get in the industry is completely different. So when I joined, I had no knowledge about how actually the rocket works. When we started building, we saw there are many challenges which we face from what we generally study only in the textbooks. Uh, some of the things which we generally not study in any of the institute is basically how to manage things, how to how to deal with the external environment, how to deal with the vendors, how to get your product, how to get in the execution mode. So these are some things which is generally not taught, which we learn only through the experience which we get in the when we are working. And also some of the challenges which we have been facing, at least in the aerospace industries, there has already been ecosystem which has been built by ISRO and DRDO on some of the vendor ecosystem which is already there, which is helping us to make the product. But I think there are many places we have to make our things indigenous. For example, some of the raw material we are still depending on outside India. So those are the some of the challenges we generally face in aerospace industry. Some of the sensors which we have to still depend on outside India. So these are the places where, as a when we are now that the space ecosystem is growing, I would like to see many industries coming up for the place where we actually need help, where we can make sure that all our component which is required for making the rockets are actually made in India. So these are some of the challenges, the learnings which I have got in the mission which we had recently. Yeah, I think this is what I would talk. Yeah.
Good